2-week Young and the Restless spoilers in episodes from September 6 to September 17. Jack Abbott, Peter Bergman, gives Phyllis Summers, Michelle Stafford, a shocking revelation and then attempts to walk it back. Their friendship on the CBS soap opera might be ruined by this. Additionally, on Gly and R, Maria Copeland, Cameron Grimes, tries to fit in with baby Dominic but finds it difficult. With Harrison Locke, Kellen Enriquez, and Kyle Abbott, Michael Mealer, no longer present, Jack is pacing the mansion by himself on Gly and R. In the second week of Young and the Restless, Phyllis Summers appears. During their conversation, Sally Spectra, Courtney Hope, is brought up, and she asks him what he was thinking. According to Young and the Restless spoilers, Jack opens up when Phyllis shares a bottle of wine with him. "I hoped Sally would be like Phyllis," Jack says. Jack Abbott then claims that he has always loved Phyllis Summers, and Jack believes Phyllis shouldn't be surprised by that. Given Phyllis' intense interest in Nick Newman, Joshua Morrow, she is unsure of what to believe. The following week on Young and the Restless, Jack tries to retract his remarks after realizing he would lose Phyllis as a friend, but it's too late. Will Phyllis Summers no longer be Jack Abbott's friend? Or will Phyllis begin to see that perhaps she still has feelings for Jack? Regardless of who is currently in Phyllis Summers' bed on Gly and R, wait and see who she has her eye on, Nick or Jack Abbott. Maria's role on Young and the Restless is essentially over now that newborn Boyd Bowie has arrived. Additionally, the role of Devin Hamilton, Brighton James, ended months ago. However, both find it difficult to let go of the child they helped bring into the world. A significant portion of Maria's issues stem from what Stitch, Sean Kerrigan, did to her. Maria's loved ones on Young and the Restless are overjoyed that she is safe at home. However, Tessa Porter, Kate Fairbanks, and Sharon Newman, Sharon Case, both recognize that she is struggling. According to Vi and R spoilers, their love and support are insufficient to turn Maria around. The unborn child was Maria's only source of sanity, while she was abducted on Young and the Restless. She finds it difficult to give him up as a result. Despite the fact that he is not her biological child, it is difficult for her to live with him and not be a mother to him. Can Maria then find a way to spend time with young Dominic? Or should she and Tessa simply relocate? Regarding Devin, there probably wouldn't be a problem if Chance Chancellor Donnie Bowes were present because a father would be involved. Due to Devin's lack of family and the absence of Chance on Young and the Restless, he is also experiencing parental feelings for Tiny Dom. Watch to see if Maria and Devin can adapt to their current situation. According to Vi and R spoilers, Ashland Locke, Richard Berge, will be cornered by Victor Newman, Eric Braden, in the next 2 weeks of episodes. Ash's past is still being investigated by Nick and his father. They are interested in learning more about his mentor and how he paid her to buy the stations. Victor has some questions for Ashland, so they might discover some evidence. According to Young and the Restless spoilers, Billy Abbott, Jason Thompson, is threatened by Nikki Newman, Melody Thomas Scott. She doesn't want Victoria Newman's, Amelia Heil, wedding to be ruined by her ex-son-in-law. He appears to be losing control and is also digging for dirt. Furthermore, it appears that Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil, is helping him. Watch for Phyllis Summers' shocked response when Jack Abbott confides in her while he's vulnerable. You can't unring that bell, even if he tries to retract his confession of love. Is she going to inform Nick? As September approaches, we'll see how it plays out. History is never forgotten in Genoa City, particularly in regards to Jack Abbott and Phyllis Summers. Their love story has been a fiery mixture of pride, passion, betrayal, and unresolved business for decades. Spoilers now hint to a moment that fans have both anticipated and feared as the Young and the Restless approaches a major 2-week stretch. Jack finally reveals his heart to Phyllis, only to panic and attempt to pull it all back. What starts off as candor has the potential to turn into regret, reopening previously unhealed wounds and creating the conditions for emotional fallout that could change the course of several relationships in Genoa City. A weak truce becomes dangerous for months. Jack and Phyllis have been gently orbiting one another. Their current interaction has been almost cautious after everything they've gone through, including betrayals, separations, near-death experiences, and public humiliations. Courteous, measured, too exacting. According to previews, Jack loses his ability to control his emotions when he is overcome by emotions he believed he had conquered. Jack is forced to perform the unimaginable during a peaceful moment, possibly due of mutual vulnerability, worry, or nostalgia. He expresses his true feelings to Phyllis, and it's genuine for a fleeting, electrifying moment. Jack's disclosure. Overdue or careless. According to hints from sources, Jack has been suppressing his emotional disclosure for a while. He expresses regret. He acknowledges his desire. He also acknowledges that Phyllis still has a part of his heart that he has never been able to recover, which is quite dangerous. For Phyllis, this is everything, not just confirmation. She has battled to be viewed as more than her blunders and disarray. The hope she's been trying so hard to bury is rekindled as Jack acknowledges their connection. However, Jack's candor is short-lived. As soon as he finishes speaking, reality sets in. Abbott's guilt factor is amazing within Jack, understands the ramifications of his words almost instantly. His sense of obligation to his family, his business, and the precarious equilibrium of his life resurfaces with a bang. Patterns haunt Jack. He is aware of the consequences of allowing emotion to triumph over reason, particularly in the case of Phyllis. Their greatest asset and most damaging weakness has always been their passion. According to spoilers, Jack quickly starts going back. His confession is reframed as confusion. He maintains that it was a weak moment. He makes an effort to minimize remarks that have already had a destructive effect. Phyllis also observes. Phyllis experiences the whiplash. Few things hurt Phyllis more than receiving hope, and then having it taken away. She is humiliated in addition to being hurt by Jack's attempt to retract his confession. She is left wondering once more if she overreacted to something true or if she just made up the connection. However, Phyllis doesn't back down in silence this time. According to spoilers, she confronts Jack and demands clarification rather than crumbs. Is he in or out? Sincere or covert? Are you prepared to confront the reality, or are you too scared to accept it? Halfway love, in Phyllis' opinion, isn't love at all. Diane Jenkins is worried about everything. No Jack and Phyllis plot lives in a vacuum, particularly with Diane Jenkins continuing to cast a long shadow. Diane's impact is evident even though she isn't there in every scene. Jack's dread of making the same mistakes he made in the past, mistakes Diane has been all too willing to take advantage of, is a major factor in his remorse and hesitancy. Jack's internal struggle is evident. Picking Phyllis will result in commotion, scrutiny, and emotional disclosure. Even if pulling away is dishonest, it feels safer. However, Jack Abbott has never been good at safety. Billy and the Abbott family pay attention. Not everyone is unaware of Jack's emotional downward spiral. Billy Abbott, who is always observant of family relations, begins to notice Jack's preoccupied conduct. As Jack tries to keep his inner agony to himself, tension at Jabot grows. Billy, who has a complex past with Phyllis of his own, would force Jack to face the reality he's avoiding. Unresolved feelings don't go away because they're inconvenient. The Abbott family has seen this film previously, and they are aware of how it concludes when Jack declines to make a decision. Sharon observes from the sidelines. To make matters even more complex, Sharon Newman continues to be a quiet factor in this emotional equation. Jack is drawn to Phyllis, but Sharon stands for composure, empathy, and emotional security, qualities that Phyllis lacks. According to spoilers, Sharon might notice Jack's change before he publicly acknowledges it. Her subtle perception might make Jack face the harm his emotional vacillation does to everyone around him, not just Phyllis. It hurts to realize that Jack is still in agony even though he is trying to escape it. Phyllis at a crossroads. Will she fight or leave? Phyllis reaches her breaking point when Jack tries to take back his confession. She has had enough of being the maybe. The what if Jack's emotional fallback when things become tough. According to spoilers, Phyllis might eventually come to the conclusion that loving Jack shouldn't necessitate erasing oneself. She thinks about backing off, not because she's defeated, but rather out of respect for herself. It's Phyllis Summers though. Neither leaving nor remaining mute has ever been simple. The fallout for 2 weeks. Remorse, distance, and one final chance. Jack must deal with the fallout from his conflicting messages as the 2-week spoiler narrative progresses. His attempt to take it back merely serves to highlight what he disclosed, not to remove it. Jack comes to the important realization that a bell cannot be unrung. Pretending the truth doesn't exist after it has been uttered is a betrayal in and of itself. His future with Phyllis, as well as his integrity going forward, will be determined by whether he completely acknowledges his emotions or intensifies his denial. The reason this storyline is so powerful: there is more to Jack and Phyllis than just a soap opera romance. They mirror real-life tendencies, such as falling in love at the wrong moment, being truthful too late, and being more afraid of the consequences of speaking up than the agony of remaining silent. This plot strikes a chord because it poses the difficult dilemma. Is it kinder to speak your heart and risk chaos, or to stay silent and let regret rot you from the inside out? Jack made an effort to be honest. Then he became frightened. Genoa City is now preparing for the emotional fallout. Concluding remarks. Words change everything in The Young and the Restless. Love is about the moments you can't reverse, not about extravagant displays. Even though Jack's act of surrendering his heart to Phyllis was brief, the effects will remain for weeks. Attempting to retract it won't shield him. It will only make him face the reality he has been avoiding all along. No matter how hard you try to bury them, certain ties never truly go away. You can't pretend that someone didn't see your heart once you let them.